Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you this amazing, wonderful Wednesday payday morning here in Team Effort Network? How did everyone spend the last day? I hope you spent your last evening on the phone or out and about sharing all the wonderful things that are happening here in Team Effort Network. There are so many great, wonderful, amazing things that just continue to pour out since our 10 extravaganza from Las Vegas that I don't know how people are containing all this wonderful information with all the new announcements that keep coming from corporate every day on your Facebook page or in your back office or the email. There's just updates coming. It seems like every hour on the hour. You got to keep up with what's happening because Mel and Amy get up, put on those running shoes. They have laced them up and they have taken off. And I'm trying to keep up with them. They are doing some phenomenal things here for us, family. They're doing this for us. Aren't you thankful that someone's looking out for your future, that someone's looking out for your health, that someone's looking out for your finances? Thank God for that, right? Well, you have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, and this is your host, Pastor Lisa McDowell, with my business partner, one-star Pastor Del Wafer. The line is open, family. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Michael McLean from Brookfield, Maryland.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm truly blessed. Truly
yes,
blessed.
Yes, you are indeed. Yes, you are. It was a lovely seeing your wife over the weekend. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, top of the morning. Top of the morning, it's Maureen Murphy Smith, and I'm also truly blessed and highly favored.
Oh, Miss Maureen Murphy Smith, executive family member. How are you doing today?
I am on top of the world. Pastor D, all I'm thinking is trim, trim, trim. I see money. I see things just going up. I'm meeting with my team, all of my team on Friday, so we can figure out how we can get all this money and don't leave any on the table. Everyone, we are meeting on Friday. Listen, trim,
wow.
trim, trim, trim. No, platinum, baby, platinum. Hello.
Yes. Going platinum. I hear you. Come on, family. Who is with us? Go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Happy payday.
From Maryland. Yeah, welcome. Who's that from Maryland? Renetta. Well, hi, Renetta. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good, lady. It was good to see you Saturday.
Good to be seen.
Keep it coming, family. Who else is with us?
Sandy Goins, Springdale, Maryland.
Welcome, Sandy. Welcome to the call. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm well, using my sprays.
That's right. Keep it up. Keep them spraying. Keep them spraying.
Yes.
Rita Jackson, Summer Heights, Maryland.
Hey, Jackson. How are you?
I'm doing just great. How you doing?
I'm doing great, girl. Doing great. Expecting another great day.
Amen to that.
You got Sarah from D.C. I'm and talking.
Well, welcome. I hear this morning. How's it going? Welcome, family. Keep it coming. Who's with us this day?
Hey, Robert Smith.
All right, Robert. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic, and glorified.
Well, it's good to hear that. Keep those sprays going, family. Keep those sprays going.
All right.
Well, family,
the conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Thank each and every one of you once again for taking the time to dial into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. You're making such a wonderful investment every morning because you're keeping plugged in, you're keeping updated to all the new announcements and what's happening and what are the goals and the visions and where we're going as a corporate company. And I'm telling you, we are going places and we're going there fast. You know, in the industry where you see a lot of MLMs shutting down just about every month, just shutting down and running. Here's one thing about Team Effort Network. You never have to worry about Team Effort Network shutting down and going anywhere. We are forever progressing, going to higher and higher heights. As you see how our visionaries continue to add to the business, to add to the product, to add to the compensation plan, to add to our lives. It seems like every 90 days, something amazing, and it is, something amazing happens in Team Effort Network. Either there's been a new product introduced, or there's been something added to the compensation plan, or another life-changing, amazing testimony, or another region, or another country that's been opened. It just continues to progress and progress and progress, and you all are a part of that. So what we have here is amazing. It's a me only. Team Effort Network truly is a me only. Today is Wednesday, and we don't take Wednesdays lightly with Team Effort Network. Wednesdays is the day that has truly changed people's lives around the world. And our sister company, My Video Talk, we have over 26 millionaires that's paid by the same compensation plan for 12 years, for the last 12 years. Every Wednesday, nonstop, paychecks have gone out. Every Wednesday. That is a lot to say about a network marketing company. And many are millionaires. Many are receiving $50,000 a week and more, $150,000 a month, $1.8 million a year. And that's just to start with. This year, in Team Effort Network, all those millionaires and 10 stars and 1 star and 2 stars and 5 stars are about to be birthed. The question is one of those 10 stars, one of those 5 stars, one of those 2 stars, 1 star, or one of those millionaires, is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? It can be you if you do what? If you follow the simple plan, the simple blueprint. What is this blueprint with Team Effort Network? The power of 2. It's the power of 2. That's it, plain and simple. All you basically do is find 2 people that you know, 2 people that you trust, 2 people who don't mind rolling their sleeves up and going to work, and put them on your team. And you sit and talk with those 2 people, and you say, you know what? Team Effort Network is offering us an opportunity of a lifetime. We are going to make it happen. We're going to run full speed ahead. And what you do once you get those 2 people to agree with you, what do you do after that? You know the plan. You help those 2 to get there too. It does not get any easier than that, family. It's sweet. It is sweet. And Mel added more power to it. He gave us more horsepower by adding the Gold Platinum. Oh my goodness, when I think about the Platinum program, I get excited all over again. But you have to try to contain yourself. When you think about a company that says, you know what? Let us pay your mortgage. What? Yes, let us send you $2,500 a month towards your monthly mortgage. Would you appreciate that? Yes, I would. Okay, well, not only that, let us pay your car note. What? Yes, let us send you $3,000 a month towards any car of your choice. Would you appreciate that? Yes, I would. You know about those cycles, the 4-2 cycles? What if we, instead of being 4-2, let's make it a 1-2. That way you can get as many $150 checks as you want within 1 week. What? Are you serious? Come on. Oh, and a fast start bonus? How let's not just make it $50 fast start. Let's make it a $150 fast start bonus. Would you like that? Oh, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's too much. And then they come up with this amazing product. Trim by 10. Already we have these amazing sprays, the vitamin, the D Power, the B Boost, the Super 10, the Stellar Energy, the Slim by 10. Now we have the Trim by 10. There's over $49 billion spent every year on obesity. Now we have something that's going to help that market, something that's going to really help people to lose weight in a healthy way, but you don't have to spend a lot of time in the gym working out. But you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. Just take the Slim by 10, the 2-part solution. What is that? The Trim by 10 and the Slim by 10, and you are on your way to a healthier life. I'm telling you, family, it is true. It is happening. This is not hype. This is truly happening right here, right now in Team Effort Network. And you need to let everyone that you know about what's happening, because you know what? Everyone that hears what's happening, they want to be a part of it. They see it. They see it, and they say, are you serious? Yes, no hype, no kidding. This is how it works. Let's go to work. So let's go to work, family. Let's not forget, April the 2nd, next Thursday, Mr. Mel Gill, CEO, is going to be giving the first webinar on the Trim by 10. The gate is going to be open for everyone to upgrade to platinum. And I'm telling you, you want to get your team all focused on upgrading on that day. What is the upgrade? It's $399. It's $399.90. Get everyone focused to upgrade on April the 2nd to the new Gold Platinum package. This is where you qualify for the mortgage program, the exotic car, the 1-2 split, the 150 fast start bonus. Everyone was upgraded because you know what? If everyone upgrades on that day, at least by that Wednesday, within that same pay week, you know what that's going to do? It's going to push a lot of you to 1-star, to 2-star, to 5-star, to 10-star. This is what's going to happen. And that 50 million prediction that Mel Gill gave us in Vegas, when he said that this company is going 50 million within the next 18 months, he is not kidding. He's been in the industry 24 years, full time, and he sees it. He knows exactly what he's talking about. I'm not taking it lightly. If this company is going 50 million within the next 18 months, oh, count me in. Believe me, I'm in there, all the way in with 10. Yes. Well, it is Wednesday, and we have this beautiful young lady that comes to the call every Wednesday. And she gives us some wonderful nutritional and fitness and information that we need to know to get our health. She knows our product, the Slim by 10, and the Trim by 10, and all the vitamin sprays. And she just educates us on the beautiful opportunity as well as the product that we have in our hands and how to benefit this body. So let us welcome to the call once again Miss Shakena Day. Shakena, are you there?
I'm here. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Doing great. I can't complain.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, I'm excited that you're here today, as I am every Wednesday. I really look forward to this call. You're so passionate when you share about the ingredients and you share the testimonies and you share how these products and why they do to our body, what they do to our body. You and your husband are both fitness trainers, and you're into nutrition, and you have a business. What is it, Results by Day? So you're helping people around the globe get healthy, and now you've added the vitamin sprays and the Trim by 10 to what you're offering your customers. And we're just benefiting from your education, how you educate us. So what are you going to share with us today?
Well, today, of course, I'm still stuck on Trim. So I'm really going to go in depth a little bit more about Trim by 10 today. Since that's our new product that we're launching. Yeah, I'm excited too. It's just like when I find out some information and study deeper and deeper, it's just like amazing how the body works. You know, the body is so complex, but when you start breaking it down to the point where you actually understand, everything starts coming together. And it really makes sense as far as making sure that you're, you know, consuming the correct amount of vitamins and nutrients that our body needs to actually work properly. So today I want to talk briefly about amaranth that's in Trim. So pretty much basically what that is a superfood grain, and it's full of a lot of vitamins and nutrients as well as protein. And basically amaranth contains about 8 essential amino acids. Now, you know, some may ask, like, what are amino acids? Well, amino acids are the building blocks of protein. And pretty much what amino acids do, they transport and store nutrients, and they're pretty much essential for your body to actually, you know, function. So pretty much 20% of the human body is pretty much made of protein. So that's why it's so very important that we have the right amount of amino acids present within the body so that we can actually function properly. Now, there's something within the amaranth called lysine. Lysine is an essential amino acid. What essential amino acid is, basically, essential amino acid is something that the body cannot produce out within the body. It has to be supplied by what you're eating, or actually supplements. So, you know, by us taking Trim, we're able to consume that lysine that our body needs because it's essential. So we actually need that within our diet or in our day-to-day diet because our body does not automatically create that. It does not automatically produce that. So it's very important that we actually consume that, and we can do that with the Trim. So basically, I'm going to go into depth a little bit about lysine. what lysine does, basically, it is also pretty much the building block of protein because it's amino acid. But it also helps increase intestinal absorption of calcium and also eliminates the excretion by the kidney. So basically, you won't lose as much calcium within the urine, like when you're going to the restroom. So it helps with that. It also has been studied for its effects on increasing muscle mass, also help lowering your glucose levels, and also improving anxiety. And those are just a few simple things that, that lysine does. It also plays an essential role in the production of carnitine. Now, many may say, what is carnitine? So carnitine is basically responsible for converting your fatty acids, basically the fat that we're eating or that's in our body, into energy. And it also helps lower the cholesterol. So basically, the body breaks down the fat into fatty acids, which can then be absorbed into the bloodstream. So by us being able to do that, and our bodies being able to consume all of this, everything pretty much is working together to the point where we're able to function properly. We're containing them. We're getting the essential amino acids that we need. So that's why it's very important that we take supplements. We're eating properly. We're consuming enough protein in our diets, and that's healthy, lean protein. And also, whether it's you can contain, a lot of foods other than just meat contains protein, and lysine. You can get that from, your navy beans, your dried lentils, your quinoa, which is also in trim, your almonds, your nuts, your cashews, your walnuts, kidney beans, black eyed peas. All of those things are filled with protein, and when we start incorporating that, it makes a major difference. Now, one thing that I really wanted to point out is that one thing in our body that's just such a major, and when I found this out, I was just like, astonished, because it makes sense to me, for scientifically, far as how everything is coming together within the body and our nutrients and the things that we're consuming, especially the products that we're taking with, our vitamin sprays, the cell energy, the B, the D, the Slim, the Super 10, as well as the Trim. So insulin is a protein, and insulin is made of 51 amino acids. Now, just knowing that, those people who may be, may have insulin sensitivity or, have diabetes, whatever the case may be, and, knowing that insulin is a protein and it's made of 51 amino acids, that to me says a lot. To the point where if you're not consuming all of the amino acids that your body needs, to the point where you have a protein within the body that's made up of these amino acids, that can actually play a major role on, the effects of diabetes, to me, because, insulin pretty much, what it does is regulate the glucose levels in your blood. So my thing is, if you don't have enough protein or the amino acids within the body, how do you know if your body is working properly? How do you know, if your insulin is working and your body is reacting, properly to your insulin levels, when your body produces insulin, or if your body does not produce insulin when it should, all of those play a major factor. But we have Trim, that contains amyris, that contains the lysine and also, the protein within that can actually help in those areas because it contains essential amino acids that our body needs that we can actually not make up ourselves. So we actually can get that. Also with the quinoa, we talked about that last week and how the quinoa is high in, it helps with, your digestive system. And I'm sorry, not quinoa, it was chicory we talked about last week, and how it contains high level of inulin, which is a pretty much probiotic within the body, So all of these things, they're working together. We have the stabilized rice bran within the trim, that's very powerful. We have that contains the B vitamins, and that's very important. We have the raspberry ketones that help with the weight loss, the Garcinia cambogia, and we also have the Zychrome, all of those things. And then, pairing that up with the Slim, oh, that's a win-win. Pairing it up with any of our sprays is a win-win because you're bound to see results. And what you want is results. You want positive results. Last night I was at work and at my desk, I actually, post up like my little flyers of the actual sprays. And last night, one of the managers came by and we were just talking. And, a lot of people know that I'm a trainer. And he was like, he came back and he was like, yeah, he was telling me about his weight loss and, everything like that. And, as far as like he's no longer on high blood pressure medication, all of this. And he saw my flyer and he was like, what are these? That right there opened a door for me to go on a little further and explain what they are, to the point where, okay, he ordered 4 of them, right there on the spot. Okay, I want these, and, all it takes is, a little initiative. If someone sparks up a conversation about anything, whether like we were in the furniture store the other day, and me and my husband and my son, we were walking by, and this older man, he was talking. He was like, how many more vitamins do you have left to take? He was like, I only have 2 left. That right there, boom, opportunity. Went around. My husband went out to the car, came back in and gave him a card, told him a little about everything, got his information. There's always an opportunity for you to talk to someone and explain to them the benefits of these products, because there are major benefits. Even to the point where last night, the manager that ordered all the sprays, I didn't even have to say much because I was just like, okay, there's quite a few people here that's taking the sprays. Just ask them. And somebody that was sitting next to me, she actually ordered all of them as well. And he asked her and she was like, yeah, and this is what it is. And this is how it works. And, all of those things. So, it plays a major, major difference. The testimonials alone will make a change in somebody's life, to the point where that will actually, get other people's attention. Was like, okay, I have to try this. I need to try this. I need to know what this is about. They're getting results. I want results. And that's what it's about. Once you start seeing results, and something that works, and you start understanding exactly how each and every one of these ingredients work with inside the body, that's all she wrote. That's all you really need, is once you really understand, break it down. Sometimes it can be complex, but as you begin to read more, study more, understand more, I'm like, you can always call me. I'm always available. Call me, email me, have any questions, whatever the case may be, because I always have books laying around, whatever the case might be. My husband is just like, okay, you have too many books. But, that's what it's about, educating yourself, to understanding what your body needs. What do I need to consume? What does my body need to work efficiently and be effective and have more energy, because that's what it's about. A lot of times we're deficient in so many areas, and that's what's causing all of these diseases, these ailments, and we have no idea. Just as I said last week, these pharmaceutical companies pretty much, they market things that really are not going to get down to the root of the problem. They're just trying to cover the problem and to the point where you're going to be able to live with it the rest of your life. What Team Effort Network, what we're doing is getting to the root of the problem. We're trying to get to the source, to the point where you don't have to live with diabetes. You don't have to live with high blood pressure. You don't have to live with asthma. You don't have to live with fibromyalgia. You don't have to live in pain, with aching, soreness, all of those things. If you start taking care of yourself and taking vitamins, supplements, and nutrients, the nutrients that your body needs, the essential amino acids that your body needs, the protein that your body needs, the fiber that your body needs, the complex carbohydrates that your body needs. That's what your body needs. Get away from the sugars. Your body doesn't need that. Those cause more problems, more issues. Get down to the root of the problem. Treat your body well. and then it will begin to respond the way you want it to respond. You'll have more energy, you'll just feel lighter, to the point where you're just healthy as can be. And all I can say is, get out there, share the information. Right now there's a momentum going to the point where, don't stop, keep the momentum going, because we have something in our hand that's powerful that nobody else has. And we have the opportunity to change people's lives as well as physically in the health side, as well as financially. Thank you, Dr. Denise.
Wow. Shakena, you said something that is so true. And we do have something that no one else has. And I remember Mel said, at the event in Vegas, is that, when you hear other people talking about their other companies, just ask them this: do they have TAG? Do they have THE? And no one else has what we have. It's like the perfect blend of four of the most powerful grains and superfoods ever put together exclusively to Team Method Network. So, Shakena, that's true. We do have something that no one else has. But let me ask you this. Why do you think now is the time that people have really begun to start to take their health and their nutrition so much seriously within the last, what would you say, maybe the last 3 or 4 years? That's actually, within the last few years, people are really beginning to look into why their health is in the condition it's in. What do you think is triggering that?
One thing that I think is triggering that, as people grow older, a lot of things start to change within the body. So I think it's just a movement to the point where everybody's trying to, number one, everyone wants to look better, and everyone wants to feel better. But the problem is there has been a rise in so many different cases of diseases that's being, diagnosed, every day, to the point where now people are starting to realize, okay, well, if we don't change what we're doing, if we don't change the way we're eating, we don't change any of those things, then this is going to continue, and we're going to stay on this medication, and there's going to be a tremendous increase in the diseases and everything, because of the simple fact, the way the foods are processed and everything nowadays, everything has become, everybody wants convenience. And sometimes convenience can cost you so much, to the point where, it may be quick and convenient at the time, but later on down the line, it may cost you money, to the point with medical bills or whatever the case may be. And I believe people are starting to realize that, because more people are being diagnosed, and even being diagnosed at an early age. Even children are being diagnosed, with high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, all of those things. And so people are starting to realize that and take charge to say, okay, or even they're seeing their family members going through that, dealing with cancer, all of these different things, to the point where, okay, well, we're going to have to make some changes, because I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be on this medication, or I don't want to be like such and such. I don't want to have to go through this, again, or experience it with myself, my family, my children. But I think that's one of the main things that I believe has made a change in the industry, to the point where everybody's trying to get more healthy, more fit, and do right by their body.
Shakena, one more thing. Have you ever been a part of a company? I mean, I'm thinking about, you're talking about all these wonderful ingredients that's important to the body. You're talking about, I think you pronounce it amaranth and lysine and chicory and stabilized bean rice. How blessed are we to have a company who has done the research on these amazing products that we would have never known about? Because who's going to how would we have ever known even to look up anything as amaranth and lysine and chicory and stabilizing rice bean and know the importance of it to our health? So how blessed are we to be a part of a company who's out there doing the hard work for us so we can live a happier, healthier life?
We are so blessed, because let me tell you, there's nobody out there that has this combination of anything. As far as with the sprays, number one, the spray alone, people are intrigued by a vitamin spray, and then on top of that, to top it off with the trim, and also the combination of the active ingredients in the sprays as well as the trim, the combination is so powerful. It's like, even I was like, what made you come up with this? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing, because it's just so, unordinary, and it's just, yeah, it's just awesome. That's all I can say. There's nothing else I can put to that.
It is awesome, and it just when I think about it, just even a few years ago, because I know everyone who's taken the vitamin sprays, when they think about where they were prior to taking the vitamin sprays, and think about where their health was, and there were so many people that was in such a terrible condition, including myself, and coming into these vitamin sprays, how within less than a year, health is just turned completely around. I mean, just completely around. And it's just, and I'm with you. I'm so thankful that we have a company, Team Effort Network, that we have a Melanie McGill, who a debt-free company can go out there and do the research to find a way that we can get rid of these things that we're dealing with. And like you said, that we can have more energy, we can feel lighter, we can be healthier, we can take, just certain things in our body, like you said, that some things the body cannot produce. So we need the supplements to help the body produce the things that it needs to produce to stay healthy. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that we are where we are. There's just nowhere in the world. I think about Maureen. Maureen Smith had a digestive system. She's there for years.
Wow.
And now that digestive system is correct because of Trim by 10.
Wow.
It just makes
That's awesome.
I tell you, I'm grateful. Shakena, thank you so much for you and Chris, your husband, and everything that you guys do for us. We so appreciate you. And it was such a blessing meeting you in Las Vegas last weekend.
Yes, it was.
Thank you, family. That was Shakena Day. Shakena Day lives right outside of Atlanta. And she comes to us every Wednesday, bringing us some amazing information on the amazement of our products, on the vitamin sprays, on the trim and these ingredients and how they work along with the body to help you live a happier and a healthier life. Ooh, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Well, family, let's go out to the UK to Dr. Nita Poole with our quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can. How are you today?
I am good. Thank you very much, Shakena and Denise. That was absolutely great information. And, it's wonderful how Shakena is preparing us for 2nd of April. When those products are out, you're going to be prepared. Everyone doesn't need to learn every single detail, but if you can have, just an inkling of a grasp, you're going to be able to communicate the product much easier to people. So this is absolutely fantastic. And amaranth is an incredibly important ingredient. Just like Shakena was saying, it's so full of protein. In fact, it's got, up to about 17% protein, amaranth. So most grains have mainly carbohydrates or starch, but this amaranth has an incredible amount of protein as well as all the other fantastic nutrients that Shakena was indicating. It's very important with iron, with magnesium, phosphate, potassium. It's got vitamin A, B6, B9, B2. And notice those vitamins, B9, B2, vitamin C it has carotenoids, it has zinc. All of that, when you think about it, it complements our sprays because in our B Boost, we've got B6, B12, B3. Well, guess what? Amaranth has got the B9, B2. So that's just one ingredient. If you take the other ingredients as well in the Trim by 10, the other ingredients have also got vitamins and minerals, and those vitamins and minerals, they complement what we've already got in our sprays. So it's an absolutely fantastic ingredient, amaranth, and the other ingredients are absolutely fantastic. Amaranth is also very soluble, so it actually helps absorb the water. It's a soluble fiber, so it works really well with the other ingredients, some of which are less soluble. For example, the stabilized rice bran has insoluble and soluble fiber. And you need, like I was saying on one of the other calls, you need both soluble and insoluble fiber in your intestine, in your gut, to help the passage of literally everything that's in your gut going through. The soluble fiber absorbs the water, it mops up excess water in your gut, and it helps to pass the nutrients through your gut because it's taking it with it. And then the insoluble fiber, it allows your gut to actually grasp onto all the material that's in your intestines so that it can contract and relax around it so that it can move. It's called peristalsis, so that it can move the actual waste products out through the intestines and out the other side, basically. So amaranth is absolutely great. And you know, it's one of these ingredients. I was saying to you on Monday, we're tapping into the wisdom of the ancients with this trim by 10, and amaranth is one of them. You know, it actually comes from initially the first few people who actually grew amaranth were particularly the Aztecs in Mexico. And then I explained to you that when the Portuguese and Spanish conquistadors came in, they actually banned the grain from being grown because they didn't really understand it, and they wanted to keep the Aztecs down. And now, guess what? Mexico, the home of amaranth, Mexico and USA. And this shows what a huge market you've all got, everyone in the USA. Us is actually one of the most, I hate to say this, but one of the most obese nations in the world. You know, well over 30% of the population is obese there. And UK is very hot on the heels of obesity as well. We've had a lot about obesity, not only in the adults, but in the kids as well. So, you know, when you think of it, you've got something that can, we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent. We don't guarantee results, but we know we're going to get great results with this product, just like we've got great products with all the other sprays. Not only with the nutrients it's got in it, not only with the fiber that it's got in it, the Trim by 10, but also with the effect that it has on the body in all sorts of different ways. You know, Shakena was saying protein, amaranth packed with protein. Protein is incredibly important to build muscle. And when you build muscle, you help to increase your metabolic rate. And increasing your metabolic rate, you're going to burn up the calories. So it has a two-pronged effect on being able to actually reduce weight and address the obesity issue. And, you know, there are many cultures in the world that did tag on to the importance of amaranth, and they actually use amaranth as almost a happiness food because they realized, they didn't know at that time that it was so packed with ingredients and it was so good for the body. But they associated it with happiness and good health and joy. You know, for example, the Mexicans actually and the Aztecs did make a joyous food out of it, a joyous dessert out of it. In fact, the plant, the actual translation of the plant's meaning is joy. So, you know, we're going to bring great joy to the world with these great sprays and the great Trim by 10. Indians actually, and welcome, you know, everybody in India. I know you're dying to get hold of the TEN products as well. The Indians actually make a dessert called laddu. It's like a sweet, and I've always loved laddu. I don't have it very much because it's very, very sweet and it's got too many calories. It's packed with palm sugar and cane juice as well, but they're actually very natural sugars. But the actual laddu has got a really great consistency. And guess what? I found out the other day, it's made of amaranth. And that is another example of a food that's given at festivals for joy. So, you know, we've got an ingredient with us that is all about joy, actually. So even the Mexicans, many of them who make very good tortillas, they put not only corn in it, but they put amaranth in it. Many of the vegetarians, the Asian vegetarians, when they mix their rice to make pilaf, or they mix their flours, they actually put amaranth flour or amaranth grain in their rice. So, you know, people actually, they had begun to cotton on that this grain has got something special to it, but now science is finding out that it's got something very, very special to it. And in fact, it's not only the protein, It's not only the minerals, it's not only the antioxidants, it's not only the vitamins, but it even has something in it that researchers feel is possibly anti-inflammatory. It's something called lunasin. It's a lunasin molecule, and it actually helps to decrease inflammation. And there's some research, and obviously this is early days, and some of the research is only on animals. It's not in humans, but it's actually decreased some of the inflammation there. So, you know, we have something absolutely huge here. In fact, in Nepal, with amaranth, they actually make a broth out of it. When people get sick, they give them this broth, and it's called sath. And I was saying to you the other day that, you know, in some of the old films, you'll see when somebody gets sick, they didn't have antibiotics in those days, they would make broth. And guess what I found out the other day, everybody? One of the things they used to put in the broth is they used to get the young children to quickly go to the flour mill and to quickly get the bran, the flour and the rice bran that had been hulled off the rice and hulled off the flours, that had been put aside, that would be thrown away, because in those days they never had a way of stabilizing them. And they got hold of that, and before it degraded quickly, they would put it in the broth. And now they found that that broth was very, very, very nutritious, because it had the anti-inflammatory properties, it had the antioxidant properties, it had the minerals, it had the vitamins, it had some of the protein, and people would get better having that broth with the freshly milled, removed rice bran in it, or flour bran in it. And guess what? We now know why. And we have stabilized rice bran, which is exactly what that was in our Trim by 10. So, you know, we've not only got the amaranth that Shakena's told us wonderful information today about, we've not only got the quinoa that she told us wonderful information last week, and if you didn't hear it, folks, it's all recorded. You know, go to Terry Whitener's YouTube site. It's all on there. Go into the Tenacious page, or I've put it on a shortened link. You can go to http://tinyurl.com/Terry TEI calls. So if you ever can't remember, you're with somebody and you can't remember how to get on that site to show them some of the testimonials, just remember that. tinyurl.com/Terry TEI calls. So, you know, we're going to be coming up with a whole load of other information to help you, and it's all about going out there and sharing this wonderful information. By the way, incidentally, I found out the other day, athletes put sometimes, and again, we're not claiming to treat, cure, or prevent, but athletes sometimes put amaranth on their cuts, sprains, and even fractures and swellings sometimes, because it's been found to have some anti-inflammatory properties. Now, again, we're not promising anything, but it's worth knowing that, because you never know, folks, when we get the testimonials once we've got people using these products. I'm pretty confident that we're probably going to find some anti-inflammatory good effects here as well. So it's absolutely fantastic. There is one proviso. There are two areas with amaranth you need to be a little bit careful. If anyone has kidney stones, gout, rheumatoid arthritis, if they're pregnant, they're breastfeeding, they just need to be a little bit careful, because it has something called oxalates in it that, exactly as Shakena was saying, it can interfere a little bit with calcium and zinc metabolism. Now, in normal people, that's actually a good effect. With these particular issues, it can have a little bit of a negative effect. But actually, what you should be doing with all of the sprays and with all of the things that we bring out, you should always be saying, and in fact the websites always say this, that all nutritional supplements should be used in conjunction with people seeking their own professional medical advice as well. So always stick to that. And I am very, very excited. And in fact, Denise and Nikisha, I've just come back from a networking event. I was speaking to somebody at the networking event who I knew the moment we started speaking and I saw her. She was very overweight, very, very nice lady. She was very overweight, has a busy job, has a family, and she found it impossible to lose this weight. She has arthritis very, very severely in her hip, so that's affecting her mobility. And she's actually seriously considering, and her doctor has advised, gastric surgery to remove some of the weight. That's the severity at which she was at. Now, I knew, looking at her, from the moment I started speaking to her, I had something in my handbag that was going to probably be able to help her. One thing I didn't do when I started telling her about what I do is I didn't take out the Slim by 10 first. And here's a tip, everybody. When you're speaking to somebody for the first time who's clearly overweight and you know you can help them, you're not going to take out the Slim by 10 first, because that is like telling somebody you are grossly overweight and you need to take this. That's too upfront. What I did instead was I took out the D and the B first, the B boost and the D power, showed her it. She got used to the concept of what a spray means, 90% absorption rate compared to only 10% in a tablet. And the fact that if she did have gastric surgery, she was almost definitely going to need supplementation with B and with D. That got her thinking. And then as I went through the sprays, I then talked to her quickly about the cell energy and the antioxidants, the Super 10, the minerals and the antioxidants. And I actually brought out the Slim by 10 last. But I knew her eyes would light up because by then she was already understanding what sprays mean. And when I brought out the Slim by 10, and it meant we have something for, probable weight loss there that was natural, and then told her we've got a drink coming. Oh my gosh, she just took the Slim by 10 there on the spot. So, there's a little marketing help there on how to approach things, because we have a massive world problem on people being overweight. There was a program recently, kids are losing their teeth. Kids are grossly overweight. Kids are even undergoing gastric surgery. And their parents think that by giving them treats, giving them fast food, giving them the sweets that they want, the drinks that they want, they think that they're treating them. They think that they're keeping them happy. They think that they're looking after them well. They don't realize how serious it is when kids are overweight. In fact, they actually they tracked a family, and that family did not realize how serious it was until the child's 6 teeth were removed and had to undergo gastric surgery. Then the parents woke up. But a lot of it is because people don't realize how much calories are out there in different foods. Sugars, sandwiches, fast food, pizzas, burgers. It's not only just the chips. It's a lot of other things as well. They say in Britain, the average person consumes more than 15 teaspoons of sugar a day. And that's because they don't realize that sugar is in all the supermarket, or virtually all the supermarket soups, ready-made meals, cereals, juices. In fact, in Britain, and obviously sandwiches are very, very popular there in the USA. In Britain, they're very, very popular. People think that they're having something healthy. They're getting it quick from the supermarket or the sandwich shop or the deli. But actually, it's packed with calories. They don't use margarine anymore, most of them. They don't use butter anymore, which obviously is also high in calories, but it actually has some nutrition. They use mayonnaise, and mayonnaise is very high in fatty acids and in calories, and that's because it's easier to spread. And in fact, the most popular sandwiches are the most unhealthy sandwiches. Chicken and bacon. Bacon is full of calories. Cheese and onion. Cheese is full of calories. And in fact, both of those, bacon and cheese, are full of cholesterol, full of fatty acids. Prawn and mayonnaise, you might think that is very healthy. but the mayonnaise is packed with calories. So can you see where this is going? People don't understand where the calories are coming from, where the sugar's coming from, where the fatty acids are coming from. They think they're eating healthy, but it's not really healthy. So people need our products, folks, and it's up to us to do them a favor and share it, basically. You know, what if this lady who took the Slim by 10, what if she doesn't need gastric surgery? What a big thing our company would have done for her. So, and she'll know other people as well. So, you know, it's absolutely great what we have. And it's all about going out there with huge enthusiasm. Aldous Huxley said, the secret of genius is to carry the spirit of a child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm, no matter what. That's what he said. So enthusiasm is a very important ingredient. Mel and Amy have given us all the right ingredients in the product. The ingredient we need to always put in is enthusiasm and sharing. Dale Carnegie said, today is life and the only life you are sure of. Make the most of today. Get interested. Let the winds of enthusiasm sweep through you. Live today with gusto. And our products can actually enable us to live with gusto. They've helped many people with energy, with their health, with their well-being, with losing weight. So it's incredibly important we share it. John Muir said a few minutes ago, every tree was excited, bowing to the roaring storm, waving, swirling, tossing their branches in glorious enthusiasm, like worship. But though to the outer ear these trees are now silent, their songs of enthusiasm never cease. That's what we've got to be, everybody. Our enthusiasm never ceases. Dale Carnegie said, to close, flaming enthusiasm backed up by horse sense and persistence is the quality that most frequently makes huge success. Back to you, Denise and Shakena. And Dale, we love you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Poole from the UK. Family, let's not forget to please go to the Team Effort Network Facebook corporate page. Make sure you like that page so you can always be updated on all the new announcements and the flyers and the posters that's coming directly from corporate. That's Team Effort Network, and it's all spelled out, Team Effort Network corporate Facebook page to keep you all updated with what's happening here. And don't forget to join the call tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific. So you have guests on the West Coast. That's 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, and that will be 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Don Joseph, Lloyd Gibson, and Renetta Hall. They will be on the call tonight, hosting the call tonight, talking about the new Trim by 10, how vitamin sprays, the compensation plan, and wonderful testimonies. So join them tonight and get your guests on the call tonight. Be back with us again tomorrow morning to hear more great women. What do I say at the end of the call? What do I say at the end of the call? Get off this call and get out there and tell somebody about the great news you just heard today. Get out there and share. Bring them into the fold so we can grow this business together and change people's lives, one health, one Trim by 10 at a time. Family, you are loved and you are appreciated. God bless you and have a prosperous day on purpose. Mwah.